you become what you believe. And this is a very just crazy concept in a way, because your thoughts create who you are, and your actions too, and your feelings. Because whatever you think about yourself, whatever you believe is true about you, you're gonna act through it. You believe you're a productive person, or a person who takes action, you're gonna do things that involve taking action. You believe you're someone who's lazy, unproductive, you're gonna act based upon that. And the feelings come with it. You feel angry, upset, you may feel motivated, unmotivated, happy, joy. And what I realized about this is that, sure, we may believe what we are now, it's like who we are, but doesn't mean we can't change it. We can change, we can easily change. It takes time though, it really does take time. And you have to be open and vulnerable with it. You have to be open and vulnerable. Vulnerable meaning it's honestly like it's an ability to be hurt, or the openness to be hurt. Because when you're vulnerable, it's like you're open. You can be hurt, but that's okay. Because through that we can just grow. We can just learn. We get these little scars, I guess you can say. But the scars are just lessons. They're things we just learn and just grow from. Because think of it, it's like if you're closed off, if you're just, closed off from experiencing, you're not gonna grow. Think of it as placing a seed on top of some concrete. It's not gonna grow. It doesn't have the proper things for it to grow, unless you, on the opposite side, you place it in some soft soil with some nutrients, some water, some sunlight. It's gonna grow, but it takes time. Who knows how long it takes time? No one knows. You just constantly keep growing and growing and growing over time, and it's like you see over time, it's like how much you've grown, and that's why sometimes it's nice to keep track of things like that. That's why it's nice to keep track of, how you've grown on a monthly, weekly, daily basis. And I don't know why I said that backwards, but that's perfectly fine if you want to keep track of that. If anything, I encourage it just as a kind of placement or a benchmark, But even so, what we believe about ourselves, it's what we become. We believe we're not capable. We believe we're dumb. We put ourselves down, and it's like we do things in accordance to that. I don't know why I keep stuttering, or stumbling over my words, but that's okay. But again, it's like on the other side, you can become a person who's smart in whatever your aspect or area you want to go in. You can believe you're just a highly motivated or highly just adaptive person, constantly changing, constantly growing. And it's really just, what do you want to become, or who do you envision yourself as, or who do you see yourself as? Two separate things. Who do you see yourself as right now, and who do you want to become? Because you may have a goal or a vision for yourself. It's over here, and then you have who you are right now, and you see what it is. You see the separation. You see what is different about them, and you slowly start to do things that close the gap, and you adapt yourself in a way that it's almost like the two are connected. They're indistinguishable, and it takes time. Of course, you can't change overnight. You can't create these things overnight. It takes time, and that's okay. And what I also believe is, like, some people can hold you back on that. If we're talking about people in our life, they can hold you back because they may not want to see you change. They may want you to remain the same, or they can't even see you becoming different. And there's some people who do it out of, a belief that they can't see you as anything but that, which you're gonna have to keep going. you're gonna have to keep going. Some people don't want you to, because it's like, they may say you've changed, and it's like, yeah, I had to in order to accomplish what I wanted to do and be. I had to change. And you feel how you feel about it. It's not going to change the fact that this is what I wanted. This is the person I wanted to become, and these are the things I wanted to do. I had to change because I become unrecognizable to myself, to my old self, And you start to grow and adapt to the things you want to do. As, you want your own life to be as joyful, the most prosperous as you want it to be, And that's on you to decide. If you want to truly take that challenge. As, of course, it comes with its own problems. It comes with its own stress. It comes with its own benefits too, Everything has a stress and benefits to it. Whatever you choose to become, you can become someone who's, taking the workload, taking the chance to provide for others. And of course it comes with stress, it comes with its own worries, its own things. But you want that. It's better that than just being at the constant end of the receiving end of help, constantly in the need of help, constantly suffering in a way where it's like you're just a helpless person. You're helpless. Like, I don't want to have that stress. I want to be the one being able to help people. And whatever stress comes with that, I accept it. I accept whatever comes with it. And that's really what it is, Because even so, sometimes you may need to get rid of people or change your environment to truly see things from a different perspective or a different lens. Because, being honest, sometimes some people can hold you back. If you believe them, if you believe what they say about you too. They say you're an angry person, you get angry too fast, and it's like, sometimes you just don't want that around you. Sometimes you just do not want it around you. It comes to a point where it's like, it's a burden, and it may hurt to say, but it's the truth. Sometimes some people aren't meant for the stage of life you're at, or the stage of the life you're going towards. And you'll meet new people along there who fit that life you have. And there's people who will always stick around, who are always, wanting the best for you. Honor that, because it's like, they want the best for you in whatever way. Sometimes it's like, they may not know what they think is the best for you. It is holding you back. They may not know that, but they still want the best for you. They still do it out of love, and you may have to bite the bullet. You may have to be like, okay, you believe what you believe, but I'm gonna still do it. Trust me. Trust is unconditional. It's either you trust someone or you don't. And you'll see the people who trust you, although they may not agree with it, but it's like, you live your own life, you do your own things, and it's like, if you succeed in it, they'll benefit with you. And that's the thing, it's like, even so in environment, I noticed this for myself personally, that when I'm out in nature, or just even at a park, where it's like, you see the scenery, you see trees, you see the grass, you just see that, the wind blowing on you, there's this sense of calmness that comes with it. You don't touch your phone, you just sit there, as there's no sort of pressure on you. You are just in the moment, just living life, and just seeing everything for what it is, because you're free from judgment. You're free from judgment, criticism from the eyes of others, because the trees, they do their own thing. The birds, they do their own thing. They're all just living their own individual things, their own individual lives, I guess. It's sort of just a free environment, and sometimes that's why I enjoy just being out in nature. I don't know if you've ever done it for yourself, but just sitting out there for however long it may be, just 5, 10, 15 minutes, just doing that. And you know, when it's like your self-image is so torn or so separated from who you want to be, it creates so many problems, you know. And you know it's like you want to be greater, you know, you want to be more, you know, you want to be a different kind of person, or even so it's like you are on that road, you see so many things that, or old beliefs and old things that you may have to change, you may have to get rid of, because it's like you can't take those same things into a new area of life. You cannot take those same old thoughts into a new part of your life, a new area, and expect those to help you, because it's like it held you back before. How's it gonna help you now? The only thing it may do is offer an experience, and you just kind of let it go. You just kind of leave it at that, as something to learn from, because the longer you keep replaying it in your head, you're just gonna be consumed by that. You're gonna keep replaying the fear of failure, the fear of the same fears that were once there, or the same emotions you once felt. You're gonna keep replaying those, and it's a loop that just constantly eats away at you. But on the other end, you just accept it. It's like, yeah, sure, that may have hurt. That may have hurt in the moment. You know, it may still hurt now, but it's like, it's okay. It happened. I'm not in that space no more. I'm not, you know, currently being threatened by it. Like, it was there. But I have to keep moving forward. I have to keep living my life, because the world keeps going, the world keeps spinning. And, you know, there is so much about us that we may not even know. We may not even know who we are, what we stand for, what we believe. And even if those are even ours to begin with, which is a whole different idea and belief in itself, or a whole different topic, which can truly go deep, you know, the idea that, you know, at first we're a blank canvas, or, you know, there's little things there, and it keeps getting added on, and creates this image of ourselves. But you're constantly painting that, you're constantly creating that image of yourself. Now you can choose what it is you want to be, that portrait, the end result, you know, on your deathbed, just looking at your own life and seeing how it turned out for you. Whether you were happy with it, went for whatever you wanted, because you had built yourself up as that kind of person who will go for what they want. Or just seeing all the regrets and mistakes that you once had or have, and it's just eating away at you at your final moments. And it's like, which end do you want to choose? Because me personally, I want my potential, because we all have potential. We all have a potential for whatever it may be. I want it to be achievements. I want it to be milestones. You know, potential is just what you could accomplish. I want all my potential to be used up. I want it to be achievements. And that's just an idea I see for myself. That's an idea, a belief I see in myself. And again, how does this tie into, you know, what we believe about ourselves turns out true? You know, there's the idea of, what was the idea? The law of cause and effect, I guess. Because you do this, this comes out. But there's a different one. I can't remember exactly which one. But it's really just slipping my mind. I don't know how it is slipping my mind. I had it in my mind earlier, but it's like so many things keep running through my mind, and it's like, you know, it slipped my mind. It really did slip my mind. I lost my train of thought for the moment. What was it? I don't know. But that's okay. That's okay. Because, again, just bringing it back, who we are now is not who we are going to be in the future. Who we were in the past is not who we are now. We are constantly changing and evolving. Or even so, it's like you are constantly replaying the belief of who you are, to keep that same sort of comfort, because it's something you're used to. It is something you're used to. And that's another thing too, the reason you may even just stick where you're at is because it's what you know and what you are comfortable with. Because even in trying something new, it's uncomfortable, it feels weird, it feels different, but that's where you grow the most. Wow, I had a voice crack, but oh well. But that's where you grow the most, because it's like you're expanding yourself. You are testing your own capabilities, and that's where you grow the most. And that's the thing. That's where you have to test yourself in things that you like, and trying to reach new heights, trying to set that for yourself. Even so, the ideas and thoughts and feelings we have of ourselves, it can really just hold us back. It can really just make us stagnant, because if we attach ourselves to low feelings like anxiety, and feelings like sadness, frustration, it's like, when will we get past that? Like, we'll always feel the feelings, we'll always feel them, and they're there for a reason. Because even so, think of it like stress. You're always gonna feel some sort of stress, but it's like, where is this stress coming from? Where is it coming from? Because stress isn't necessarily bad, because it's always gonna be there in some area or aspect, but it's like, where is it coming from? Is it coming from pushing yourself to a new limit? And then once you reach that new limit, it's like, it's not as bad, but then it's like you reach a new limit, and it's like, there's that stress, but it's for something positive. Or there's the stress of overthinking. You're thinking and thinking, but never taking an action, never pushing yourself to actually do something. That's stressful. You're always thinking of these ideas and things you'd want to do, but you don't have the courage to confront it and take it on. That's possible too. And again, all this comes out is like, how do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Because sure, you may be who you are now, and if you're cool with that, if you're fine with who you are now, then by all means, keep doing you, keep doing your own thing. But if it's like, there's something more you want within yourself, for yourself, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to accept that and create, the idea that you can change, and allow yourself to change and grow, and just feel the uncomfortable feelings at first that come with it, and just keep moving, keep pushing, keep just going. And with the idea that it's like, what we believe about ourselves is true, it's like, we are with ourselves 24/7, so we would trust our own words. We would trust ourselves the most, right? So it's like, you say this about yourself, you're with yourself the most, so you might as well trust it. But if it's really just detrimental, it's like, you should not want to trust those words. You should not want to trust that idea of yourself, because it is coming from a place of insecurity, fear, anxiety, and it's like, you may not want to trust those words, which is crazy to say, but trust the process in just growing. You may not see results at first, you may not, but over time it'll appear. And just know it's like, you really may have to change a lot about yourself in order to become what you want to be. And that's the whole thing, the vision, the vision for yourself, the idea of yourself that you want to be. Who do you want to become? That's a key thing. What are the activities we want to do? What are the places we want to be? Who is the person we want to be? And are we responsible? We are responsible for creating that. We have to hold ourselves accountable, which is hard at times because it's like you're confronting your deepest parts of yourself that you've been hiding away from, that you've been running away from. And it can be an ugly truth, but it's a truth regardless. It's a truth regardless, and we have to face that. We have to, we have to just accept it for what it is and just, change if we need to. And we can never truly just say that. We can never truly just say that it's like we are all bad or we're all good. Like, no, you're not a terrible person. You're not. You are capable of so many things. You can't say you're not capable of anything, but the fact that you're able to just do things like without even realizing it is crazy. It's crazy. Because we all learn. We all learn. Think of it like learning a car. We were struggling at first, but over time it's just like it's unconscious now. We just do it just because. And it's a process, and that's okay. You may not be okay right now, but it's okay. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. It's okay to not be okay, but what's not okay is staying that way. What's not okay is staying in that same area, just constantly repeating that loop, constantly repeating that cycle, constantly just putting yourself down. When on the other side, there's a way to just heal and accept yourself for who you are and who you want to become, and going after that. And I feel like I went off so many different the topic itself, you are who you believe and you become what you believe in that aspect. And it's like there's so much tied into it. There's so many things so many things tied into it. It's like it becomes all over. It can go all over the place. You can dive into so many areas and aspects of it. But again, you may believe what you are now is, who you are, and you'll act based upon that. You'll act based upon those things you believe about yourself. You believe you're someone who just, is unmotivated, lazy, and you'll do things that prove that right. But you can also believe the other. You can believe you're just a efficient person and do things for what they love, and love people. Even so, it's like you'll do it and act based upon that. And that's the thing, it's the belief, And even so, it's like, that idea of fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. It's like fake being confident till you make it. But if you're already acting like you're confident, it might as well be true. It might as well be true because you're already acting as if you're confident. So who's to say you're not? Who's to say you're not confident? Who's to say you're not, that or whatever it may be? So where do you want to place your beliefs? Do you want to place on things that support you or hold you back? And that's something you want to ask yourself, which the answer seems obvious, right? To help you. But what does it mean to help you? What are the things you want? What are the qualities you want to have? That's for you to decide. That's for you. What is the way you want to live your life? That is for you to decide. And what comes with it, you got to take it. The good, the bad, the stress, the success. You got to take it all. You got to take it all. But that being said, I just want to leave it off at that. I feel like there's some things that I may have missed out on. Obviously there is, but at the same time, it's like I was my mind was just going all over the place just because it's something I'm passionate about. It's something I obviously want to talk about, and that's why I'm talking about it. So it's like, hopefully, you can offer your own perspective and advice to those who may need it, But with that being said, I love you forever and always. Dreamers turning dreams into reality. See ya.